Hello, and welcome to episode 43 of our Minecraft Let's Play Forever mode. And if you're looking at my background, you might see a bit further than usually, and that is because I finally got the Distant Horizons mod enabled and working. So yeah, there's been an issue, and it's still an ongoing issue, where when you're using Irish shaders, as I am, with the Distant Horizons, it's not working properly, but there's a small fix to that, and I succeeded in making that fix, so now we can finally use Distant Horizons while we're playing the game. Now, of course, this is... well, some might argue that it's abuse, or that it's unfair to see this far, which, yeah, I get the point. I mean, I can see the cherry blossoms there, I can see... I think there was a dark oak forest somewhere there, but I think it's fine. And honestly, at this point, since we're quite far into the gameplay anyway, I think it's fine that we start seeing actually further than what we normally would. So yeah, let's sleep over the night and talk about today's additions that we could build. Now, there is also something that I want to show you guys, and that is... oh, it's not night yet. That is all my mods that I have enabled. And the reason I've been putting this off is, of course, because of the Distant Horizons mod. But I've added a couple more now, and I think, even though they're all performance mods, it should be good to show you guys what everything I've got installed. Now, I think we won't do that just yet. Let's just start by planning what we're going to build in this episode. So, we've got the village there, and of course I need to still make the path from up there to down here, or maybe from there, I'm not sure. But I would like to build in this area, and what I'd like to build is something quite large, like a village or something that maybe even the villagers could roam freely in. Now, of course, the issue comes that this isn't perfectly flat, and also this is maybe even too large for any projects that I would have right now. But we can probably start on something small, and then just progress, and hopefully at some point we can be finally able to just wall this entire area off and make our village here. But yeah, let's start with the plans that I currently have for this place. So, I might want to build something in this lake, or if not in this lake, then that massive one there. So, probably having something here would be fine. But of course, this is quite sharp upwards, so it's not the easiest to build something here. This is why I'm thinking that the first project that we're going to make should be around this area here. This is quite flat, and basically allows us to easily start the project even before we actually... oh, this is a large ravine. Even before we actually get to building any like massive large buildings. So yeah, we'll leave some room. Probably, I think we'll get rid of these trees here, but we'll leave some room in order to make a wall. But we can start with the villager trading hall, probably around here. And that will be the first building in this area, so we can actually start this project as well then. And yes, I am well aware that the starter area isn't completely finished, but I think since I've got the villagers here, I think I want to make something permanent for them already in this point. Now I'm looking at that spot there, and I think that should be a good place for it as well, and then I don't have to carry the villagers that far. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we should do it here instead. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's actually loads better. Let's do that. So, of course, priming. lagging just a little bit. Let's actually go here and show you all my settings at the same time as well. Cloud distance, we can drop that by a lot. And I think that's fine. Then let's go here. Yeah, these are fine. Okay. Is that better? This is lower. There we go. Okay, so now it's just starting to lag. I think we have to do some little changes here, so I will be quickly back. There we go. I think this is fixed now. I did cap my FPS to 60, because that's also the frame rate that I'm recording in. I'm probably just going to run that for this episode, and then I might just change it back to 180 if I can get all of my settings fixed. But for now, I did disable the colored lighting, because that is quite performance heavy. Even though there's only those torches there, so I'm guessing that if I would go to, as an example, the starter village right now, that would be lagging a lot. So yeah, let's disable those and get back to them at a later point when I can tweak all of my settings. So yes, this is just preparation for this ground. I think we can do like a hollow platform so that this all is hollow, because I might be keen to do something here later on, so it doesn't really matter. Also, yeah, that's just future-proofing, because if I want to do something there, then mining something that I've already built would be kind of stupid, wouldn't it? So maybe it's for the best that we don't touch that for now. Get that from there as well. And oh dear, this is a lot of work for just one specific spot. I think we are quite ready though, quite soon. So this doesn't need to be massive, it just needs to be large enough so that we can house a building or two here. Let's spend all of these. Well, I've got plenty left after this. Okay, well that's good for the future again, but it's not good for present me, since I don't want to have this much stuff in my inventory. There we go, I think that's fine. And so, yes, this is where we'll be building. And we're gonna need a lot of wood, at least, in order to make it. So let's just leave that for now, and let's get to doing some other stuff. Now let's trade this guy for the last time. And I think we are ready in this area. Let's just keep on going back to the base. Now let's see, can I make it safely from this point? Well, it's a little bit scuffed. So yes, I need to come up with an actual road there. But yes, that is just preparations for the future build. I'm not sure if I've got enough materials to go through that right now, but we'll see. And also, I'm thinking that perhaps we could, in this episode, do one of those, not voiceovers straightforward, but I think we can be getting materials for that project right there, and I can discuss about my mods. Maybe over it, or maybe just alongside all of the mining. Let's leave my horse right here. There we go. And let's empty those, since there looks to be some of the honey already done. Or not? Oh. I'm mistaken. Alright, well, let's just leave those then. And let's go and dump our inventory right here. Let's say there's a lot of bamboo here, which is a good thing. Dump those there. Where are my seeds? They're here, right? Yes, they are. And it's completely full. Okay. Dump those there then. Get rid of the stone. The paper. That goes there, and all of the emeralds. Let's do something like that. I think that's fine. Now... Oh, I haven't got one of my mods installed. I think I need to download that for the next episode. But yes, I should have the Shulkerbox tooltips mod installed. Now, since this is quite done, I think let's take this one instead of that. And let's start. Oh, right, I was supposed to enchant the second pickaxe. Since I've got... I think I need Fortune 4 to make a Fortune 5 pickaxe. That's basically fully maxed out. Do I recall there being lapis here? Yes, I do. And I need sticks. And then I need diamond pickaxe. Efficiency 4 and unbreaking. Wonderful. That's great. That is exactly what we wanted. And then, since we've got this here... Actually, we can probably use... Let's dump that there. Use that instead for now. Oh, there's also a lot of those there. Let's just see. That would give me unbreaking 3. Let's just put that away for now. And also, let's dump all of those there. I completely forgot about those. Must admit. And place those back there, probably. Now, yes, we've got diamonds in quite many places now, but I think it's fine. I mean, having them always in the ender chest is the best option, anyway. So, yeah, that's fine. Let's see, so we've got some oak wood. Not a lot, it seems. We've got plenty of dark oak, which is good. We might just use that in the build. Then we've got jungle logs, which I don't think we're going to use that much of. Let's take... But that was a perfect stack. I didn't even realize. And yeah, I think that's... Let's just take that as perhaps decoration or something. Then we can take the chest, the scaffolding, the paintings, the bundle. All of these items, which might come in handy. Take the dark oak fences, they go quite hand in hand with those. And perhaps we actually got enough to start the build right now. Which is shocking. Because I thought we would for sure not be able to do it now. And we've got plenty of cobble deep slate there, and also... You guys keep scaring me. So yes, we've got plenty here and here as well, so I think we are quite fine with using a dark or building a dark roof. So let's see, we can also use the blackstone that we've got, and we should probably get some more of it at some point. Let's place this permanently there, which is a good point for it, I think. Let's take the blackstone. I think I'll not use the bricks or the granite for the builds in that area. I think it's specific to this place that I'm doing now, Starter Village, where I want to have the red roofs. And then let's go with a different style for the next area. Now, we haven't got a lot of top, so I don't think I'll be using that there here. Okay, that's fine. So this will be toughless and also brickless build. Alright. Then I think we can probably go. Of course we need some glass, almost forgot that. And what else could we need in that area? We've got some natural items already in the Shulkerbox. We could take some food so that we don't have to come back for that. And maybe, just maybe, we don't have to come back for any more items. Hopefully this will be enough for the entire project. There we go. And let's go and... Oh, right. No. We need some lanterns. Have we got any here? We've got copper lanterns. Let's actually take 30 emeralds. Where do I place that? There. Let's take more. Let's take 45. And we can place all of those emeralds into an investment to one of the villagers. And the reason for that is that we need lanterns, and we can buy lanterns from the librarian villager. Maybe that's a bit complicated way to say that, but yes, let's buy lanterns from the librarian. Is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, again, I did mention beforehand in the previous episode about how now that I've got more time, I can manage to do... Look at this view. This is actually wonderful. I love this. This makes this build 100 times better. But yeah, I did mention that now that I've got more time, I can properly plan these episodes, and then in the next episode you see me just wandering around again and not committing to one build. But I think there's levels to this, and me having a plan of what to build in the episode firsthand, even though I didn't know exactly where I'd build it. I think it still counts. I think it's fine. So let's just dump everything we've got here. And keep the bundle. Now I'm thinking we probably should have taken some stone with us as well. No, we've got stone. Why am I rambling? Let's take lanterns, and 12 is a good start. We could have also bought glass from here. But we are perfectly fine with the amount that we've got now. Right, so. How do we do this? I reckon we get rid of these trees that are on this level. So this one, actually this is quite close. Let's get rid of this as well. And let's just make a small buffer here. Can actually probably come from this angle here. There we go. So yeah, let's get rid of these, and then we've got just a little bit more space to actually start doing something. Yeah, I think... Let me just open probably Pinterest or something. Let me look for any ideas on what I'd build here. Because I've got like a general plan, but I would probably like a reference photo or a palette that I'd stick with. Now I've got plenty of birch, I've got plenty of dark oak logs, and I've also got blackstone, so it's gonna be quite dark in the theme, I think. So yeah, I think the best option here is to just check what's already built and take some ideas from those, but of course I want to make my own build. But yeah, I'll be right back, and I will of course be including the photo in the video. Alright, I got some inspo, and also I think was able to get the Shulkerbox tooltips to work again. Yes, wonderful. So, I think we are now ready. Oh, there's plenty of grey stuff there as well. Completely forgot about that. But yes, I think we are completely ready to start with the build now. And yes, we've got tough and stone, as well as the deep slate with us. So yes, wonderful. Okay. I for some reason forgot that I've got plenty of stuff there, and plenty of stuff there as well. So yes, we are not in any hurry to get those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. This is gonna be a large one. There we go. This is a 10 by 10 cube. Now, the inspiration that I took, let's just say I'm not going to make them exactly. I don't think that is a good option. So, yeah, let's try to make something our own. And then, if that doesn't work completely, then we can figure out something else. 2, 3, 4. Let's make 5 there. And 5 there as well. And let's connect these. Like so. So yes, I am going to be building a multiple cubes, basically. That's the plan. So, these are the... Let's make one more here. I think that makes it the best one. Let's see, that's 3. That's 3 as well. And then we can make like that. Does that work? I think that's how we got to do this. I think this might just be the entrance. So then we need... Do we need to do any changes here? Maybe not. It's a bit random, the shape, but I think that's fine. So yeah, let's raise all of the ones that are on the outside by 2. Put that 3 high. We can actually just do this. Up. And this is 3 high. Okay. And I think that might just be it. So let's get rid of these. And there needs to be one here. And I think that's it then. Yes. So, this is the entrance. It's a bit random, but this is the entrance. Then we've got one room here. One quite small of a room here. Maybe this will be the stairs. I think that's the best option. So stair goes here. And yes, this is a room. This is a room. We can actually... Let's make one of the pillars inside there as well. So this will be closed off. And it will still be one room. Right here. We don't actually need that. So yes. I think let's just get some deep slate and start building. So yes, I did look at some photos, but I'm not, as I said already earlier, I'm not going to be building them exactly 1-to-1. I'm just using them as sort of inspiration, probably more like what's possible to be made. Can't sleep yet, so let's start building. And I think... Actually, should we make the first floor be on the lower ground? Actually, yeah, let's try that. So, this will be 2 high. And then I'll have the windows right there. Or actually the basement. Or actually here. And then the first floor will be raised. Yeah, that's good. So the first floor will be raised by 2 blocks. So there will be stairs here. Or maybe here. Maybe here, yeah. This will be the start of the stairs, so let's make some base here. And then the entrance will be right here as planned. And we'll have a basement floor that we can get to probably from here. And then the basement will have the windows on this level. I think that's good. I'm thinking we should probably move this by a single block this way. And this is again one of those small tweaks that you can make while building or after building. But of course, it would be the best to do that. I didn't have my hand on my mouse. That scared me. But yes, so let's just do this before I have a heart attack. And I'm out. Okay, let's actually... That was weird. Let's sleep. Also, I was supposed to take a backup while I was gone. I'm not sure if I did that. So I might have to... We'll check that before we continue here. So yeah, let's take a backup right now. So if I forgot to take that before, I haven't messed anything up. Look at that rainbow. Shameless. I know. I took a screenshot and I'll be right back with you. And we are back. So that took me exactly a minute. And we can get back to building the ground floor. Or the basement floor, basically. I don't know which one you should call this. Yes. So, I think this is also a good time to... What have I done here? Alright, yes. So, I think this is a good point to start talking about the mods that I have installed. Now, the latest one, as you probably saw me just enable that, is the Shulkerbox tooltips, which basically enables me to press Shift and also press Alt to basically see inside all the shulker boxes, and this just helps with the normal text that is usually only present in the shulker boxes. I think this is a lot simpler, or actually no, it's way more complex, but it just helps out a lot. And I don't think that's cheating, because of course I can still see inside the normal shulker boxes by opening them. It just helps me. It's a quality of life adjustment, I'd say. It's an what did I say? It's an addition. There we go. And this is not lining up because I changed it on the other side. So let's do the same here. So yes, that is Shulkerbox tooltips. Then, the Distant Horizons mod I have installed for this episode, which wasn't here before, didn't exist before, is just allows me to see a lot further. And as you can probably see, it's lower quality and it doesn't load everything, but it loads enough for me to be perfectly fine with it. And forget that. Yes, so since I've got it enabled, I can see a lot further. Although my render distance is only at 8 chunks. So basically, even though it's using a lot more of my CPU, it's using less of my RAM. I think that's how it works. So yes, it enables me to allocate that to other projects, such as the recording. And also, I think I'm using my GPU instead of my RAM for the... Let's use planks for this. Instead of my RAM, or instead of my CPU, apologies, I'm using my GPU instead of my CPU to record the videos. So that's why when you're looking at the GPU usage, right, left top, it sometimes spikes to 100 because, well, I'm using shaders and then I'm also using it to record the videos. So yes, it's Okay, so nothing's working perfectly for this episode. I just ran out of disk space. But I fixed that, and now I've got more than 100 gigs, so should be enough to finish this episode, hopefully. So what I was trying to say is that, let me just show you all the mods. I think that's the easiest way to go through this. So here, mods. This is an API to basically config these mods. So this is what shows all of these, I think. Might be wrong on that. Just downloaded this. I have not had this before. Then there's continuity, which basically when I've got glass in my inventory. No. So continuity is a mod where, as an example, I've got glass panes like this right now. When I go to resource packs and enable these, for some reason I didn't have them enabled. There we go. Now all of the blocks basically unite instead of being separate blocks, as you probably saw before. Then I've got better leaves, which is also a resource pack. As you can probably see, they've got basically, they cross that one block width by just a little bit more. And I just love them. Even though it's a little bit harder to see through them, especially when walking on that same height. So as an example here, it becomes a little bit crowded, but it's fine. I do like them because it just looks better. Then let's get back here. I've got some performance mods like entity culling, FerriteCore, ImmediatelyFast. Then this is to use my shaders, which to show you. When I disable them, it's normal Minecraft, but as an example, when you're looking there, it's not the prettiest. And also, as an example, when I'm holding something like lighting in my hand, it doesn't light the surroundings. Then, when I enable, you can slightly see when I hold a torch or any light, I actually emit the lighting basically, and also it just looks a lot better. You can get all of the different shadows, you can get better looking skies. A lot of stuff opens up for you when you do that. So that's the reason why I'm using it. Then, let's get back here. Of course, Distant Horizons. I probably already talked about that a lot. I'm not sure at which point the recording stopped, but it basically enables me to see further than at a normal render distance level. And also, even though it's a little bit blockier, it helps me a lot in the sense of I wouldn't be able to see that far normally without causing a lot of lag. And I blocked myself in. There we go. So yes, it would lag a lot if I did that normally, but with the entity culling, with the Distant Horizons, it basically doesn't use as much of my computer's resources to show you further away, even though it's at a lower quality than what the normal Minecraft gameplay is. You can probably see the fall of, let's see, well, when you're looking that way, it looks a lot worse there than it will look, than it looks there. So yes, that's how I'm doing that. Then I've got, these were the performance mods. This is the shader mod. Lithium is also optimization, so performance. This is just to make things work. Then the basic Minecraft, the mod menu, which is what you're looking at, I think. OrthoCamera is... Can I get it to work? I think I've changed the button. Let's see. That's at my 4. That makes no sense. Let's put that to enter. That's odd. There we go. So this is how that looks. Let's unfix that. And let's try to make it work. For some reason, it's not exactly working right now. Basically, it just makes me able to see the world from a different angle, but it's not exactly working right now. I am not sure why that is. But yes, at some point I should probably start using that instead of the next mod that we have. Of course, I talked about Shulkerbox tooltip. Sodium is also performance. This is just the library. But the last mod that we've got enabled is a Tweakeroo. And this is it's a large amount of options that are possible to use, which simply I don't use all of them. The only thing I use is the free camera, I think at least, and the zoom. So the zoom is just when I press one of my mouse buttons, I can just see a little bit closer or further away. And then on my left control is the free camera, which I've used multiple times at this point now. And just basically enables me to... This is basically the spectator mode. I can also fly through blocks, but of course I won't be doing that. But yes, this just enables me to look at different angles of the build a lot quicker than normally. Now my computer is yelling for help because I am using a lot of resources right now. But yes, that's just basically how everything works, and that's all of the things I've got enabled right now, I think. Let's just make sure... Oh yes, small handhelds is also one of the resource packs that I'm using. Completely forgot about that. So the reason I'm using that is, well, you can see my shield right now and my sword, and if I take that away, obviously they are a lot larger. And especially since I've got an ultra-wide monitor, which I'm using right now, but of course I am cropping the monitor from its sides so that this is suitable for YouTube. When I got it on the ultra-wide setting, it's horrible. Like the size of the handhelds takes nearly half of my screen. And the same almost goes for just a normal Minecraft as well. So yes, I've got that small handheld thingy just in use, so that I can see my screen better without the objects coming in front of it and basically distracting me. So yes, I would call that a performance, quality of life mod as well. I think that's it though. I think that's all of the mods that I'm using right now. So, yeah, there are quite many, but I've seen a lot more also. So, yes, could be a lot more as well. At some point, I am most definitely going to start using... What is it called? A replay mod, I think its name is. It's basically where I can use the... It's quite similar to the free cam, but instead of being a free camera, you record something, and then you can later on come back to it and see it from different angles. And a lot of YouTubers are using that, and for a reason. It is extremely good, and I personally do think that using it would help a lot in these Let's Plays. But yes, it takes a lot of resources, it takes a lot of time to master, and so far I haven't had that time to master it, so have not used it. But now that we are slowly getting into just a more laid-back schedule, now this is still filmed. The yesterday's video was... What I'm trying to say is that I filmed the Friday's video yesterday, which was Friday, and now it's Saturday, and I'm filming this, which is quite normal for the previous schedule, but from this point onward, I think I can probably just chill a little bit on the upload speed and process, and hopefully I can get less videos out, but with a higher quality, and then I can implement what I'm talking about, the replay mod into my gameplay. Let's see. I think let's change those. Let's do some little tweaks here. So something like that. And then... how do we do this? Goes into planks. And I don't want to see inside here. Let's actually go and find some filler blocks for that. We've got plenty of dirt here. So yeah, we don't really need this area anyway, so we can just fill that up. And that is so that no spiders or baby zombies spawn there. I think that's... oh, I think that's fine. So we are quite close to finishing the first floor now. That's wonderful. At least the foundations are getting on quite well. Now let's make some of the dark oak stairs. Probably 16 might be enough. Let's just see. And we're going to add them here, here. Then we need to go just a couple layers down, probably. At least there as well. So now, let's get rid of this layer and see just how this is looking. So yes, this is the basement level. And I think if we want to have the windows here, we need to probably go down by one more block. So yes, let's just mine away this spot here. Put that to our offhand so that we can see here. And again, that's thanks to the shaders. If I was playing Minecraft without the shaders, when I put my lighting to the offhand, I still wouldn't be able to see. It would look like this, even with the torches in my hand. But since I've got the shaders enabled, I can now see. And this is, I think this is one of the most massive quality of life changes that I've added to this game. And I love them. And I will not be getting rid of them for a long time. Let's see, if I make the stairs like that. Actually, no, I have to place them there. Yeah. So like this. That's how you get down, that's how you get up. Maybe I should switch them the other way around. Since I think I'll be going upstairs a lot more than downstairs. Does that make sense? No, actually, no. Because then they will be sticking out from here. So yes, let's leave them as is. Then let's just attack this layer, and then we have to do the walls lastly. And I think we could either leave this just as stone, which would be quite... I think it just matches the style. Or then we could go with, as an example, deep slate. Let's get rid of these. No, yes, we can use the basic pickaxe that we've got for those projects. Let's get rid of this here. This here. We can actually leave the corners. We don't really need to dig them out, of course. I will be personally knowing about that, and you guys will as well, but I think we can keep that a little secret. Not that we have to mine away, because it's a corner that's sticking out instead of hiding behind other blocks. There we go. And I think we are starting to be ready here. Yeah, so we need to get rid of this gravel patch here. And we need to replace that with, let's see, that's 8 blocks. So we need 8 of the regular stone for the floor. And then we need to fill out these ends here with a couple deep slate. And then I think we'll be ready with the basement. Of course the decoration still. But other than that, we will be ready here. So, I think this is a good point to end the video. We've gone quite far, in this project. Of course, still there's many things to do, and this is again a large house. But the reason for this being a large house is that, of course, this will house quite many villagers, at least for now, and this is the main house that will be in this area, at least. I think so. That's still subject to change, but yes, I think I'll host at least the majority of the villagers here for now, and then in the future I'll be starting to make separate houses for all of them. Not all of the villagers, but every profession will have their own house. And then when I do that, this might become the librarian's house. Or maybe we could do that from the get-go. I'll think about it. I'll think about it for sure. But yes, for now, I think I'll host all of the villagers here. And then in the future, I'll be making all of them, or each profession, I should say, their own houses. So yes, I've been discussing about the mods. Leave your opinion on whether or not those are good mods. And of course, if you'd like me to get some more, of course, I don't want any mods that change the vanilla gameplay of the game. That's something that I cherish, and I'm not at all a fan of mods that change that aspect of the game. I think adding different blocks or different mechanisms, more than, like, as an example, the Shulkerbox tooltips, are not something worth dabbling on. Let's just say that. I think there's some people that like them, but I personally don't prefer them, so I won't be using them. I don't have any opinions on you if you use them. I will not be using them. Yes, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for watching. Click on the screen to see the series and also the next episode when that comes out. And yes, like and subscribe. Why can't I say that properly? Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.